Good! Fuck, Bibby's not there. Good morning. It's just me and an empty box. Hi! Let's go. It's cause I'm not speaking to Bib. I'm speaking to the studio. That's what it is. I've not figured it out, mate. Let's bring him back. There he is. Nice. Hey, Bib, how you doing?
Hello. How are we doing?
It's a very beautiful studio you got there.
It is.
Let's bring it full screen so we can have a snazzy look at that.
And it's all mine.
An Astro A30 Lite that you've got on the desk in front of you.
That is correct.
Wow.
Yes, right next to the A40s, which one of them is on my head.
And also next to an Astro sticker on the laptop and a Logi Play sticker as well. It's almost like you're sponsored by Astro. Sat there,
Absolutely, Graham. Is that an Astro headset that you're wearing? I don't know if you are or not. I can't see you, but I hope you are.
I am, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it is,
Fantastic.
yeah. And these are also Astro headsets behind me. Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah. If people did want to get their own... Oh, look at these are some more Astro headsets just sat in front of me. These are the AO3 in-ear monitors that are really good as well. If you wanted some of them, you can get some, you can just head over to astrogaming.com, I think is the URL, and just add in ice cream at the checkout, and you'll save yourself 10% whilst also supporting our channel if you wanted to do that. There you go. No, let's go, baby. Easy. There you go. Astro.family/ice cream is our URL to take you through to our... Oh, Bibby just went full on pixelated then. Let me make sure I'm connected. Yeah, I'm connected hardwired. It's okay. Jump back to me. You can't see it if it's smaller. Nice. Hey, welcome back. So yeah, we are live. Hey, how you doing? We are peddling Astro gear, not just because it earns us money. Every time people buy an Astro headset for themselves, not only do they get to save 10% off their order, but you also support us. We get a little bit of a kickback from every purchase that you guys use with our codes as well. So not only are you helping yourself and saving money in the process, treating yourself to something a little bit nice, but you help us too. And genuinely, easiest sell in the world, because we're not particularly fond of selling things, apart from things like Astro, because we fucking love our Astro headsets. Yeah. We were Astro users before we got partnered, so the fact that we're telling you to buy our Astro headsets, like we own them, yeah, buy our headsets. Buy any Astro headset using our code. We'd happily tell you to do that because we love our headsets and Astro supporters and give us stuff to give to you guys, which is lovely. So let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Anyway, we are here to bring you the Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. Over the next hour or so, we're going to bring you the biggest, the best, and breaking stories from the world of video games.
All the words.
Nice. Yeah, let me try that again. The world of video games. Let's go. Fuck me. Okay, it's just want to be one of those days. The video games. Let's go. Anyway, so yeah, we will bring you those stories. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions, and we want to hear your thoughts and impressions on the news that we're discussing today too. And then we want to hear your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's what it's all about. We are live on twitch.tv/ice cream uploads, where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. Very Ace Ventura-ish. All right. So yeah, we go live at 10 a.m. ish. It's 20 to 1. So it's not quite 10 a.m. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, day before, what it was like 3 o'clock-ish. So it is what it is. We're busy people working in the video games industry. We bring you the streams around our day jobs whenever we can, including tonight. Don't forget, we'll be back on stream at 6:30 tonight playing some PUBG. Do feel free to join me and the boyos as we go chasing crates with mates. Nice. But before that, it's important that you do get involved in the stream with us today. So we are live on Twitch, but the live stream gets turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. There is lots of places where, do you know, I've made up that many numbers over the last few weeks. I don't actually remember what the number is anymore. Is it like 100?
I think we was on like 165.
106. That's fucking obscene. I mean, I know when I've been saying like 72 bajillion the last few weeks, but we're like 165,000 people have watched and listened to our podcast on demand. That is ridiculous. The biggest football stadium you've probably been to, times 2.
At least.
Yeah, so madness. So yeah, do feel free to get involved on behalf of those people that do watch and listen on demand. Before we jump into the show, I just want to remind you guys that !Astro has already been typed into the chat by JMK, who's a beautiful man.
Yes.
You can save 10% on all Astro products by using our code. As well as that, you can save money on GT Omega chairs, like the one that I'm saying, or like the one that Bibby's saying. !GT Omega for that, and !insert coin if you want to save yourself some money on some of the snazziest gaming merch. I say some of the snazziest gaming merch. Do you know what, actually, I'll pedal that back in. The joint snazziest gaming merch. The best gaming merch in the world is insert coin, but it's also joined by Ice Cream Uploads' sexy black hats, which you can get from us. So let's go, baby. So yeah, if you're interested in gaming merch, insert coin, hands down, are the best brand out there. Once again, another brand that we are partnered with because we used them before we got partnered. Same thing with GT Omega, same thing with Astro. So do you know what? Find who you want to work with and work towards it. And like Ice Cream Uploads, you too could work with GT Omega, Astro, and insert coin, as well as Twitch. Let's go, baby. Before we also get into the show, let me remind you that Monday coming will be the loot drop day. What should we give away, babe? We've not even had this conversation. I've just put it on you, fresh, live, on air. What should we have as this month's loot drop?
Question.
It is a good question. Anyone in
We've
the
got
chat
quite a
have
few
any suggestions?
Subathon t-shirts upstairs, so we could potentially give one of those away as well as with something else. Because yeah, I currently sat under my desk.
Ooh. We could do... Feel like we need maybe some sort of bundle, maybe?
Bundle?
I mean...
Bundle.
Okay, maybe an ICU bundle. We'll just keep it as like a surprise bundle.
Yeah. We keep on saying bundle, but we have no idea what's going in this bundle.
We don't know what we're going to bundle into it. I don't think we should put a hat in it because we've done a hat a few times in a row, kind of thing. Although we didn't plan to do the hat last time. Just Gaming Nacho wanted the hat more than a game, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
So did someone say free stuff? Bundle? Bundle? Would you like a bundle? Nice. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Exclamation mark loot drop if you want the details for that, by the way. Anyone that's a sub does get included in our Discord giveaway. We announced the giveaway on stream, but you've got to claim it through the Discord and stuff. It's just a community prize that we do for everyone that is supporting our channel, just a way of giving back to the people that are supporting us. Nice. Okay, we have a few stories for you today. A few stories that are also rolled over from yesterday. So you may have heard us start talking about the Amazon Prime Day sale yesterday. Obviously, you've heard that stuff before, so we've got that story just to go over it again today. That'll be at the end of the show. Before we get to that, we've got to jump through another story, a few other stories even, which includes the finals, a new squad shooter from Battlefield alumni. Everything is destructible. It looks fecking amazing.
Yeah, it does.
You've probably seen a bunch of people tweeting about this. I couldn't actually find a story on this, so GG's to Bib for finding one on polygon.com.
Well, it's actually a thanks to, I think it was Vivalanko, because he actually posted this before you did yesterday.
Oh, did he? Let's go, Viv.
He did.
Let's go, Viv. Nice. So yeah, it looks great. I only saw it today. I mean, I was actually pretty slammed yesterday. That's probably why I missed it. But I only saw it today, which is why we're going to jump into it. But I did a quick scan, and I couldn't see any news articles. Shout out to Viv for sharing that. So the finals, a brand new shooter game. It looks pretty cool. We'll then start talking about all the other shooter games in the world. Well, we won't, but it kind of feels like that. Tom Ivan at VGC will have the second story talking about Overwatch 2. We'll then jump over to another Tom Ivan story at VGC talking about Modern Warfare 2. Then we'll have a little bit of a chat about Halo Infinite's Battle Royale over at Eurogamer before we go back to Tom Ivan for his third strike of the day. Which was the Amazon Prime article that we started yesterday. So, strap yourself in, get yourself comfortable.
JMK says 3 mice. Yes, I've got 3 mice. One for my laptop, one for the chat PC that has all the chatter, and this one is for the other streaming PC which has Discord on. So yeah, usually there's another keyboard on it as well as Graham's laptop and his mouse for his laptop. So it's usually quite chocker on this.
Yeah, you don't usually notice though because Bibby's sat at one side and I'm sat at the other with laptops. And so on, I'm sort of looking for the dog. Come here. Stop sniffing that stuff. That's not for you. Come here. Okay, you get in bed. Good boy. I may have things. I don't want to name it. Just actually, no, Daniel's in the office. You won't be listening right now. I've got stuff for Danielle because it's our anniversary in 3 days. Here, and the dog's sniffing it. If I turn around and he's chewing like anniversary presents, I will be fuming. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? So yes. Yeah, when I'm in the studio, you got Baby's laptop and my laptop. You don't notice as much because the mice are scattered between us. Your brain goes, oh, there's a laptop linked to a mouse, and no, the mice don't actually control our laptop, so you don't usually see it. They look more natural, but I'm sat there with 2 mice, and neither of them are mine. Baby's sat there with another mouse, and we've got 2 keyboards. Yeah, lots of stuff. It's because we actually have all of the computers and things running in the studio, which is why the studio looks so fucking good when we're in there. Do you know what else looks fucking good?
Tell me, Graham.
This video game called, Polygon Owen S. Good, who's not related to Johnny B. Good, as I've mentioned previously on this show. Owen S. Good at Polygon has the game as in the finals, but I'm pretty sure it's just called the finals, but we'll let him off. So the finals, a new squad shooter from Battlefield alumni. Everything is destructible. Nexon-backed Embark Studios shows its first game, a Running Man-style game show. This actually looks fucking badass. Anyway, let's jump into the article. 4 years ago, Electronic Arts chief design officer left to co-found his own studio, created with Nexon's backing. On Monday, Patrick Söderlund's studio showed off its first game, The Finals, a squad-based, free-to-play, multiplayer shooter inspired by sci-fi bloodsport narratives like Squid Game and The Running Man, where pretty much everything on the game's maps can be destroyed. I want to stop for just a second there. The fact that they're led with the fact that it's inspired by games like Squid Game. They started building this 4 years ago. Squid Game came out this year, so I'm not really sure it was inspired by Squid Game. I'd have gone with The Running Man first, and then said it's kind of like Squid Game as well. But there you go.
They need to have words like that in the copy for SEO purposes, surely.
Yeah, and also just to get people's attention. If you're old like me, you'll know what The Running Man is. But if you're one of these young whippersnappers, The Running Man. Is that like the marathon? No, mate. No, it's something completely different. Squid Game. Oh, I know what Squid Game is. Yeah, I'll have one of those. Okay, so the finals, said Embark Studios creative director Gustav Tillebe, is a, quote, hero builder, not a hero shooter. Quote, as shown in the debut trailer, players will have access to a variety of weapons and their tactical uses, from a katana and other melee weapons to rocket launchers and even a foam gun that can reinforce crumbling walls or build a bridge to higher ground, which actually looks pretty cool. Quote, we want to build a game that provides players with the tools to meaningfully interact, change, and use their world, Tilleby said. So this is a shooter. It's a game where aiming and shooting is important, but it's also a game where the players can use the environment and adapt to changes in the environment. Quotes. We want the finals to be a game about intuitiveness. Wherever you think something should work, it probably will, Tilleby said. Hence the comprehensive destruction. Players can wreak all over the map. A standard match in the finals will feature 4 teams of 3 players each. It is, quote, not a battle royale. It's not a military sim, Tilleby emphasised. Stockholm-based Embark Studios was co-founded in 2018 by Söderlund and Rob Runnison, who is also Embark's chief creative officer. Originally, Embark's first game was to have been Ark Raiders, a free-to-play third-person sci-fi shooter that was announced in December at the Game Awards 2021. In August, Embark announced Ark Raiders was delayed into 2023, but something codenamed Project Discovery, which is the finals, has progressed faster than we first imagined, Söderlund said, moving its development and launch planning up on the schedule. The finals' fully destructible environments means there's plenty of chaos to go around. Tilleby said. He called the maps hyper-realistic virtual playgrounds that are based on iconic real-world locations. One shown Monday was based on the Hotel Monaco in Monte Carlo, for example, though Embark wasn't giving out any details on where else the game will be heading. The environments will have changing weather and time of day to further differentiate each match. Players can destroy furniture and scenery or entire buildings themselves by blowing out a load-bearing wall and watching the rest of the structure come pancaking down. I was talking about this in the Discord the other day about Battlefield. Oh my god. You can interact with physical objects. You can pick them up and throw them, set things on fire, Phillips said. I'm going to stop there. There is a whole lot more in this article. They do give a lot of details. What I will do is hit play on this trailer, make sure it's muted for audio purposes, and then ask Bib for his thoughts.
Thoughts by me. Inbound right now. This looks cool as shit. Like we talk, I always bring up my favorite battle royale game, even though this isn't a battle royale, but it was inspired by an 80s game show. And the thing that brought me in straight away was it's not quite the same voice, but it's the same delivery in the opening part of the trailer of this, and it immediately made me think, okay, this is different. This has got something that obviously I've been waiting since Radical Heights. And it's not just a military shooter in a battle royale world or of the ilk of Fortnite where it's just another clone. This is something completely unique and quite different. And from people who used to work at Battlefield, you can absolutely see the identity of what made Battlefield. I mean, to be fair, this could probably end up taking elements from the Battlefield 4. What was the first one one of the other ones that I ended up reviewing? I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Battlefield 4, actually, when you're running through the streets and you can see the building just explode in front of you and then just start to fall down. You can see the elements of that in this,
I think
like
that
having
was
the
in
foam gun.
3 as
Go on.
well. That Levolution where you saw the big skyscraper go down. I think was that 3. It might have been. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was.
It was the
4.
first. It was. I think it was the first one on Xbox 360, or I can't remember. There was so many that came out on the Xbox 360, but I remember reviewing one of them way back when, and I wanted to say 4, but it could have been 3. But yeah, just seeing like the buildings explode, and that's this has been brought into 2022, so you can see the floor in front of you starting to break, and then you can use your foam gun to hold it back up again. But there's one part that absolutely had me, where someone's shooting another person while they're inside the building, and instead of shooting the person, they've shot the roof above them, so the roof has come down and squashed them and eliminated them from the game. That kind of stuff, that's like what me and you were saying before about spell break. The best thing about spell break is learning the elements. So if you wanted to get from one place to another extremely fast, you throw down a load of water and then you throw down the ice on top, then you can therefore ice skate between buildings or get to a destination faster. That's like having really good and quick reflexes of the mind to ensure that you are using your environments to your advantage. And I love the idea of stuff like that. This looks great. For a preview trailer of this, don't know what the final game's going to look like, but they've definitely taken the best bits of the games that they've been playing and put them into this to try and make the trailers enticing as possible. And I'm all for that. We keep on saying that the trailers nowadays, if they are going to be showing some CGI elements, it needs to be balanced out 50-50 with CGI builds being done within the engine, and then also some gameplay. But this has got an awful lot of gameplay elements being put into this one, and it looks super fast. It looks on par with Modern Warfare, with Warzone, which does scare me a bit because it's the reason why I'm not too keen on Warzone and Modern Warfare nowadays. It's just way too fast for me. But I'm definitely interested in seeing what this has to offer, especially with the format. 4 teams of 3. So what we're talking, 10-15 minute matches tops, if that, depending on how big the map size is.
Yeah, it feels like it's going back to the multiplayer sort of game. Like you play Modern Warfare multiplayer, or I say Modern Warfare, not I've played Modern Warfare 2, but like you go to Call of Duty multiplayer games, you're looking at anywhere between 8 and 14 minutes usually. Whereas in Battle Royale, you're looking at 15 to 35 minutes usually. And then you've got your looter shooters like your Tarkovs and things like that, which are longer potentially if you get in. Turn your mic up, Graham. No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Actually, mate, you turn yours up, mate. Are you sure? Because I'm redlining on mine. So, mate, no, no. Is it? It looks good on all of my levels. Is it actually quiet? Someone came in the other day and told us to turn stuff up. I don't know whether you're trolling or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, you turn yours up, mate. All right, mate. Yes. Where did we get to? Oh, so yeah, you got games like Tarkovs and things that I don't joke about audio. I don't believe you. And my name's Enzo. I do what I want when I'm talking about the audio to me, mate. Seems good to me. Aye. Enzo. That's not enough bass in it there. Sorry, Enzo. I can't turn it down. Just get right into the mic then and eat it. All right. Is that better? Fine to me on my mobile. Aye, great. My name's Enzo again. Okay, we'll leave it there. Yeah, so we were looking at anywhere between 8 to 15 minutes for multiplayer game. And the fact this isn't a battle royale, there isn't constricting zones, and the environments are... The environments participate now. The thing with a game like a battle royale game, the environment participates whether you notice it or not. You're on Erangel or Miramar or whatever. But the circle closing in means that the environment participates in the game. You aren't just pushing teams where you want them. You're pushing teams and the zones are pushing you as well. This takes that away in the fact that the environment isn't participating, but then the fact that you bring the environments into the game, it's almost like passive participation. So the environments now are there and you can run around them and whatever. But if you want to shoot a roof down, so Bibby was talking then, he mentioned about someone bringing a roof down on one of the dudes. I did show the clip, see if I can find it again. I think it's like around here somewhere. So I think it's already been on. I've missed it. It's a bit further back. It's a bit further back. Is it around here? Yeah, this is it. He shoots this bit. There's a dude stood there on a box. You can see this dude. Look at this dude. Hey, he stood down here. Instead of shooting him, shoot up here. The fucking big lump of concrete goes wee, boom, straight into his head with someone else stood on top of that too. So the fact like you're bringing the game environments into it means that the game isn't specifically part of the environment. So you aren't waiting for the game to get involved like you are in a battle royale. So I think you are right. 15-minute-ish sort of games is where I would see this, because obviously you've not got that many players in. You'll just get stuck in this loop. If it's 3 teams of 4 or whatever it was, and our team is full of worldies, because it always is, twitch.tv/. It's just the way we roll. It's just the way we roll. And we're fighting against 2 other teams that aren't very good. It won't be a great time for them, because they will just be getting steamrolled by this one team of absolute worldies. So, yeah, I think that 15-minute window is kind of max, but it looks fucking incredible. It looks really good. I mean, very, very intense. Lots of stuff going on. So it's the Battlefield alumni, the likes of Söderland and stuff like that. You can see it. It looks like a Battlefield game. You skip back to the start of this trailer, and you've got different graphics. You've got these like feet up shots and so. This doesn't look like Battlefield. You've got all sorts of guns, and then does it start off with like a micro Uzi spray or something from up high, or is that a little bit later on into it? Yeah, this bit.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So at this bit, it looks kind of almost Apex-y, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of flashy bullets and picking up boxes and stuff. This bit, people collapsing and dissolving. But then when you get to boots on the ground sort of stuff, it has very much Battlefield feel. Extremely good, high-res, high-fidelity environments. Man, look at that fucking explosion where that entire side of a building falls out. Boom! I mean, that explosion, the amount of detail in that. This is obviously only a trailer, so it says pre-alpha footage. We don't know how doctored or edited. We don't know if that's going to be represented final game. We assuming that it is, taking it at face value, extreme levels of graphics. That's EA levels of graphics, and EA obviously makes Battlefield. It looks beautiful. And then you've got stuff like, obviously, we're seeing pistols, we're seeing mortars, we're seeing these boxes that develop things like this foam stuff. Could be fucking amazing, because that's both offensive and defensive and strategic. Within this trailer, you see someone building foam walls for protection. You see someone building foam to block other people out as like offensive positioning. And then the bit that I showed a little bit later on is this bit here, where someone's on a rooftop and uses their foam gun to build a walkway to go from one place to the next. I love that stuff. The high-intensity, zip-liney, verticality sort of stuff is not necessarily my bag, but the strategy and the ability to move around and maneuver around different locations has my attention. If they can bring team elements into this, so you actually play with other people, not you're just in the map with 5 other teammates that you don't even speak to, Call of Duty-esque. Oh, let's jump in and play multiplayer, but let's you just run that way, I'll run this day, and we'll see if we'll win at the end of the game. If it has anything to incentivize players to play together, like Battlefield was really good at, when you've got your medic bringing people back, you've got your engineer fixing your vehicles, your assault dropping extra rounds for everyone around him, that sort of stuff. Or was it a sniper that did that? I can't quite remember. But if they have something that builds all of that stuff so that you play together, that looks like it could be a really good game.
I agree.
Maybe too fast and too frantic to be my always game, but something that would be a phenomenal change of pace. Something that would probably show that I'm a very old man and not equipped with the dexterity needed to play a game at this pace at this age. But there we go. It is what it is.
It's all about longevity, especially with it being a free-to-play game. You'd have to expect that this is going to have some sort of battle pass with that, whether or not it's going to have daily challenges to go alongside it. Like, they need people to carry on playing this game when it launches. What is the thing that's going to do that? Are they going to do something that's tried and tested? Or are they going to increase the map size to cater for more teams like Apex does? Like, 'cause obviously Apex is a battle royale based off of teams of 3. What are they going to do with this? Like, are they going to have, like, I don't know, 50 teams of 3 in there? Or what? Like,
I kind of
4 times 3 isn't a lot on a field.
I kind of feel like you start to lose that team strategy, though, especially if you've got that level of verticality. That's why Super People, which is very PUBG-alike, apart from it has superpowers in it, And the superpowers, because you have to build them up, are almost end game powers. But I don't like it, because you go through all of the map, you play through all of the building yourself up and crafting, but you're killing people along the way. And then as you get to the end game, it's more of a roll the dice to see what superpower you've got. I've got the invisible one, you can't see me for 10 seconds, and I pop up behind you and brett, there's no counterplay. Or I've got the massive nuke that just drops on your head. Unless you get out the circle, there's no counterplay. That kind of thing. And it's almost like okay, well, flip a coin, heads or tails, whether you survive or not. It's not, you can definitely get out of this. It's there's no counterplay. And in that sort of situation, when you've got people having foam guns that can make slides for them to get down to the next floor or up to the next floor, or build a wall, and someone else has got machine gunny things and turrets and stuff, it looked like it was placed in there. If you get all of that stuff, with 60 players, there's so much going on that there is no way for you to track a safe way into the next state of play. I was going to say zone, like it was a battle royale, but the next fight, you have to, no, we're going to take these guys out and focus on the next fight. If there's that many people, it becomes obscene. So we need big enough maps to cater for enough of that. And I wonder if that's because we're early. This is pre-alpha footage that we're seeing. I wonder if they're just going, okay, we'll start small and then we'll make it bigger based on demand, which could be cool.
Might be scalable.
Yeah, potentially. Let me jump back up, see what you guys are saying. Phony Asteroid, I'll reach. Welcome in nice and early this morning, dude. JMK, I'll read. Where do we get to? Someone said free stuff. Bundle. And then we got to Enzo. My name's Enzo. Seems good to me. Just get right into the mic and eat away. Find some me on my mobile. I'll read Nietzsche. I'll read David.
Nietzsche.
You have a shit mobile as well. Give over. You still use a carrier pigeon. Ooh, old tech is the best tech. I still have a Motorola Time Port. Let's go. Motorola Memphis, baby. Colorado for the boys. Let's go. It's a hipster/goth Battlefield. Maybe it is.
Maybe.
But Battlefield is shit, so maybe a hipster goth version of Battlefield might be better. I say Battlefield is shit. Bibby is saying different, and other people are saying different. Some of the latest patches are saying it's not a 10 out of 10 game, but it's gone from a 5 out of 10 to maybe a 6 or 7, and a 6 or 7 is a reasonable game to sink a lot of time into, so maybe. If this can come in and freshen things up, give Battlefield and Call of Duty and whatever else out there a little bit of something new to think about, then I'm all for that. King Comic, welcome in, dude. Thank you very much for redeeming Discord Lights. I did it twice for you. I'll do it a third time as well, just because, yeah. Thank you very much, dude. How you doing? I hope you're well. Enzo says the foam is a simple form of Fortnite building because no cunt can build unless you're younger than 7. He says with a bit of self-pain there. Fuck. But I can 100% relate. To be fair, I was really, really good at building just 2 ramps with walls behind them because that's all we needed. I'll just put us a bit of protective cover up and then we can shoot over the top of it. Let's go. I remember telling Chloe, this is a full-on Fortnite switch. I remember telling Chloe, if you want to be good at the game, you need to get good at building because that's where 70% of your fights are won. And she was like, okay, ramp, wall. I was like, bless her. So you might better off. Do you know what? Put your sensitivity up. Get used to playing at higher sense. Go into the training mode, and then we'll see. And then the next time we played, she was a fucking hero. I was like,
yeah, she's saving your ass.
She was. Like I told stories about it. Like it was Star Warsy time when the lightsabers came. It was either first time or when they came back into it. She was like, "Should we play some games?" I was like, "Yeah, nice. Chloe wants to play games with me again. Let's go." And it was a 2v2, me and Chloe versus another team, final circle. Thinking, okay, as long as Chloe's alive, building shit, then we've won this. And then she went and got downed straight away. I was like, oh no. But then I managed to down one and then get the final guy with like 10 HP left. Fucking absolute dad clutch.
That's it, yeah. Super dad moment.
I'm still a fucking hero, Chloe. I'm still a fucking hero. So, yeah, there you go. So yeah, if we can get a foam gun that's just like an instant builder, almost like a porta-fort, but on command whenever you pull the trigger. Yes, please. For those that don't know what a porta-fort is, that's a Fortnite thing. Ask your kids, ask your nephews, whatever. Fine. So the finals, a new squad shooter from Battlefield alumni, looks pretty good. It has a lot of cool stuff in there. Cool weapons from the looks of things. Fully destructible environments. High pace could be good. That said, it is still in pre-alpha, so it might not be. We will keep you updated on that when we get more information. I am intrigued to find out more. Bag of shite. Tell you what else might be shit.
Oh.
And it might not be. It might be really good. Tom Ivan says that a new Overwatch 2 is coming, and users will have to play 100 matches to unlock all original heroes. In-game chat and competitive modes will also be locked until players meet certain requirements. Okay, here we go. Overwatch 2 players who are new to the series will have to play 100 matches to unlock all of the original heroes. Other features like in-game chat and the game's competitive mode will also be locked until new players have met certain requirements, Blizzard confirmed on Tuesday. The decision to gate certain content and features is part of an introductory process the studio is calling the first-time user experience. Blizzard said FTUE is how it's officially pronounced, by the way. Blizzard said, Fatwe is designed to gradually ease players into the game following consistent feedback from new Overwatch users feeling overwhelmed by its various modes and characters. Access to competitive modes will require new players to first win 50 quick play matches. Quote, this focused experience eases new players into the world of Overwatch by teaching them about different modes, rules, and other high-level aspects of the game in an approachable way, Blizzard said. Quote, most Fatwe restrictions are lifted while in a group, so new players can team up with their friends at any time to play almost any game modes. Competitive is the exception to this rule because new players must complete a specific challenge to access this game mode. Overwatch 2 will launch in early access on October the 4th, and Fatwe will only affect accounts made on or after this date. Okay, we'll leave it there. There is more. If you want to read it, you can check out the article. Bib.
Yeah.
Any excuse to say Fatwe again. I'm going to have to scroll back up because I've said Fatwe that much, I forgot what it stands for. First time user experience. Basically a user onboarding experience. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What are your thoughts?
My initial thought was 100 games isn't that much in Overwatch. So I don't see this as being a massive stumbling block. I feel like if you are an avid Overwatch player, 100 games, you'll knock that out in no time. However, this also comes to the fact that this is going to be a free-to-play game, Graham. What? Free-to-play game, Graham.
Yes.
Got that right.
You did. I was like, what did you do wrong?
I had to fucking rewind that. Free-to-play game, Graham. So I can imagine that there is going to be a nice little incentive for you to... You can play 100 games, but for the low price of about £13, you can skip all of that guff and go straight in and get all of the heroes that you've come to expect. I imagine that's probably going to be the case. But yeah, I mean, I liked Overwatch 1. Didn't play it nearly enough to say that I loved it, but I liked what the game was about. I've definitely played more Paladins, which is the high-res version of Overwatch, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But 100 games... Yeah, absolutely. Any high-res game, to be fair, all of them are fantastic. Yeah, I don't think 100 games is that much. The first time... The Fatwe... Fatwe... I think that's... it's just basically playing a prologue, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I get the fact that it's there. I mean... The obvious questions are, should it be there? Should people have the choice? But if people have the choice, then what's the point in having a Fatwe, a first-time user experience, an onboarding program? But then again, most onboarding stuff is tedious as fuck.
Yeah.
We've all played GTA. Like, when you get CJ, Carl Johnson, at the start of San Andreas, and you have to get on a bike, and it's like, keep tapping X to cycle faster, and so on and so on. And you're just like... Okay, I get it. Just let me go and shoot some dudes and take some cars. I've played GTA Vice City. I've played Grand Theft Auto 3. Just let me go. But that does have this. So if you've played those games before, it recognizes, you've played your Vice City, your San Andreas, in this case, Overwatch 1. You don't need to do all that shit. Just jump in, fill your boots. But Overwatch does have quite a lot of content in it, so it is quite difficult. I'm a fan of onboarding programs from a UX perspective. I know it's not necessarily great from a UX perspective in all angles. UX is user experience. So a user experience, if you're looking at a game and it's just, wow, look at all these different game modes, all these different functions, all these names and characters and different heroes and so on. I don't even know what hero does what. I don't know what game mode does what. So this is funneling people in. I get that. And it's not a tedious sort of shitty way where you've got to play through introductory scenarios. It's just making sure that you've played the game enough that you understand it so you don't get overwhelmed. I actually don't mind it. I'd have to see what it's like in terms of real time. If there is what JMK is saying, which is in response to what you said. Itani, welcome in, dude. Overwatch in 2022. Resident Sleeper. Yeah. It's funny, though, because rewind back 3 years, when we're having the first conversations about Overwatch 2, it was like, ooh, a new Overwatch. And now it's just, in that 3 years, Overwatch has gone from being, even still, 3 years ago, Overwatch has been out for a bunch of years at that point in time. It was still, mwah, chef's kiss, great game. And then it just stagnated, and they've just allowed it to stagnate, probably because they've switched the focus over to Overwatch 2, and now Overwatch is just not what it was. We had Overwatch League at that point in time. Like, obviously, that was probably the start of the stagnation. Unfortunately, they launched that at the wrong time. But, yeah, it is a little bit Resident Sleeper. But JMK says, what, pay to unlock rather than playing? Never. If that exists, it's stupid for me. And I don't think that will exist, purely because that unlock stuff is there for people that have played Overwatch 1. It feels like it's not a cash grab decision. It feels like it's a quality of life decision. They're enforcing it, though, as in, like, this is better for you. It's like not allowing your kids to drink until they're old enough to be mature with it, kind of thing. It's almost like that sort of thing. Okay, you're not allowed to go out into the ranked mode until you know what you're doing properly, because you'll just get shit on. You'll ruin the game for everyone else that's on your team as well, that sort of stuff. So I do kind of agree with it. It's hard, though, to bring in introductory onboarding procedures that suit everyone, because everyone is different. So, yeah.
What about if someone said to you that you had to do 100 games of PUBG to then get into playing normally, not talking about ranked mode or anything like that, but just to be able to play games without bot lobbies? That's a lot, right?
Yeah. I think the thing there, though, is that kind of exists in PUBG, and I don't like it. So maybe if it was a game that I played, I might feel differently on this. I'm going to sneeze, BRB.
That's you!
I got one and then unmuted it, and then another one was like, I'm coming now, and I didn't have enough time to mute it again. Yeah, it exists in PUBG already, in a similar way to this, to be fair, because it does say if you want to go on and play on your own, you'll have to go through the first-time user experience. If you want to go in with your mates, they can just go, come in, we'll get you past the bouncers, we'll take you into these modes, apart from ranked. And it's a similar sort of thing in PUBG. If you've not done your onboarding stuff, you load up PUBG for the first time, you have to go and do some training matches, I think they're called, which is all bots. Then you go into the casual games, which is you and 12 other players and bots. But you have to play like 10 games or something. And if each game, for you to get to the end, is 30 minutes, I think bot games are about 27 to 30 minutes-ish. So, say 27 minutes. You've got 10 of those games. That's 270 minutes. That's like 3 hours, 4 hours. I can't do quick maths. 240 is 4 hours. So nearly 5 hours of your life gone. So that's like 5 hours of playtime just to get into that. I know you can probably go in. You could probably die and then probably go back out again and go again. If you wanted to just get through it quicker, maybe. Unless you have to play 3 minutes for it to count, whatever. But it can be tedious from a PUBG perspective. So playing 100 games obviously wouldn't translate, but playing 10 games is probably a similar sort of feel, maybe not quite as much. But I reckon if I was playing COD, which is the closest I can get to an Overwatch, I'll churn through 100 games in no time without even realizing it. So it's your first week. For an average player, you'll get through 100 games in your first week. I mean, obviously, if you're playing it for 4 or 5 hours a day, you'll get through it much quicker than that. But for someone that's just playing a few hours here and there, you'll get through that in your first week, and then you can go and fully experience the world. A week is, if you think about it, you pick up and play a game, it usually takes you a couple of days, 2 or 3 days for you to get fully up to grips with what the menus are, how you access certain things, how you get your squads together in this game and drop into the lobbies and so on. So it kind of works for me in that sort of sense. But, yeah. It remains to be seen. It's kind of hard to say from an Overwatch perspective. Like, it might just be super intuitive that having to go through 100 games, because the game is so intuitive, having that barrier there, it's like, well, you've actually sold your game short, because the game is so easy to pick up and play. People understand it, people get it, and now I'm having to go through all this bullcrap.
PUBG for life, romantic face.
PUBG for life, romantic face. Hey, welcome in. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you for the first time chat and then the drop of the sub instantly after. Appreciate that, dude. 2 months as well. Let's go, baby. Good morning, Good morning. Welcome in. Let me just finish my comment before we jump back to that. Excuse me. So, yeah, if the game is really smooth, really intuitive, and people know what they're doing, 100 games could be a bit of a barrier. Like, let me just fucking jump in and play. I know I'm on my own. I know none of my mates play Overwatch. I want to jump in and play some ranked games. I can't be asked going in and fucking smashing through another 50 of these whatever free play games, exhibition games, whatever the lobbies are called. I've got to play another 50 before I can go and do the top level sweat stuff that I want to do. So yeah, it's difficult because there is no one size fits all for first time user experiences. The way that I experience this game as a first time user will be different from the way that Bibby experiences the game as a first time user, because Bibby at least has some Overwatch knowledge. I have none, apart from watching Bibby and Tub Jizzle playing it on Twitch. I've not really watched anyone else or seen any other content. It just wasn't my kind of thing. But if I tried it, I might go, oh, this is good. Let me go. Oh, wait, actually, I've got to keep these stabilizers on. Look, Dad, no stabilizers. I've got to keep these on for...
Stabilizers.
Yeah, exactly. Got to keep these on for another few games. So it could be good, could be restrictive. I don't know. I kind of had to say it from Overwatch perspective. Is there anyone in the chat that still plays Overwatch? If there is, what are your thoughts? AC, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that, dude. Do feel free to come back tonight. We will be playing PUBG tonight. Myself, it's usually myself, Beans, Lotus, and there's another one. Who's the other one? Self, Beans, Lotus.
Naked Neil?
I mean, Neil does jump in. It's not always thinking. I think there was someone else.
The Goth Spectacular.
No, not Tito.
Oh, okay, yeah, good point. Maybe if I put this on the desk, it might summon him.
Okay, let me. No. The Walloper, exactly. The Walloper. I think I remember that being the first time he'd come across Enzo's stream. We raided Enzo as he was like, "Fuck it."
Nicho is a bike seat sniffer.
Nicho is a bike seat sniffer. Thank you very much, Bits, and we appreciate that input. Honestly, I appreciate the fact that you've taken some time out of FIFA 23's launch week to come over and let us know that, Bateson. Nice. Cheers. Cheers, dude. Yeah, first time it met Enzo, we raided him, and Enzo was like, "Fuck it, let's play some Fortnite." And he was, I remember him just bounding, like jumping over this fence and through some water, shooting at this guy. Come here, you fucking walloper.
Yeah, walloper.
Nietzsche was like, what even is a walloper? I like that. So there you go. You're welcome. I wish I could be here more, but my schedule doesn't line up with the stream. No worries, dude. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, our schedule doesn't line up with our schedule a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you being here. Even just being in the chat. Never mind throwing down a 2-month sub. Appreciate that, dude. So thank you very much. So yes, Overwatch 2 has a first-time user experience. Some people will probably hate it because you have to play games to unlock and it's not making you. It's not like a grind to get the story. It's making sure you know what you're doing before it.
Yeah.
Making sure you can walk before you run. It's not a bad thing. I do feel like the titling of that, making you get to level 100, it's not the same as Star Wars Battlefront 2 when that first launched, where you had to play 1,000 hours to unlock a hero kind of thing, and then again, and then again, and then again, because that was exploitation. This is hand-holding, which is a very, very different scenario. Okay, from one FPS to another FPS into a third FPS. We'll jump into this one now. Sticking with Tom Ivan at VGC, Infinity Ward outlines even Modern Warfare 2 changes planned following the beta. Activision also claims the beta was Call of Duty's biggest yet. Do you know what? Bib.
Yes.
Did you or did you not stream Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all I'm going to say is Bibby streamed Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta on Ice Cream Uploads, and this is the biggest beta that Activision has ever had.
Listen. Don't know what I'm going to say, but just listen.
Just I'm listening to it. It's fucking. Do you know what that sound is? That sound is just. It's an implied silence. That's what it is. Because if we're not saying anything, it's quiet. Yeah, which leads nicely into the fact that we single-handedly made Modern Warfare 2. So cheers, nice, let's go, boys. Now, but okay. Infinity Ward has confirmed several Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 changes it plans to make following the game's recent beta tests. A PlayStation exclusive Modern Warfare beta was held earlier this month, followed by a cross-play test which added Xbox and PC players. Despite adjusting footstep audio and enemy visibility between the tests, Infinity Ward has acknowledged that further changes still need to be made. Quote, While sentiment around footstep audio was more positive in beta weekend 2, we have seen your continued feedback on the volume of footsteps and will continue to balance enemy/friendly footstep audio ahead of launch, it said. Enemy visibility is something that came up throughout both weekends of our beta. While many of you remarked on the improvement in weekend 2, we'll look to tweak increased enemy visibility to allow for better visual tracking of opponents that is not solely the traditional nameplate, which that's basically what you were saying, that babe. The fact that players are just like, where the fuck are they? Just disappeared. Quote, disbanding lobbies are another topic we addressed during the beta. We feel this is an important feature and are actively looking for potential solutions for launch. End quote. Infinity Ward says it was very happy with the results of the weapon tuning changes made for the weekend 2 of the beta, but that further changes are coming. Activision has also claimed that Modern Warfare 2 beta, which was accessible to players who pre-ordered the game, was a record-breaking one for the series. Quote, Call of Duty players made the Modern Warfare 2 open beta the biggest beta in Call of Duty history because BB streamed it. Oh, it doesn't say that. The most players, the most hours played, and most matches played across PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC platforms. It said Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, which launches next year, has also become the fastest Activision, but we're not bothered about the mobile stuff. We're talking about Modern Warfare 2 right now. Biggest beta yet. They've got a bunch of changes coming off the back of the beta. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I mean, that's what betas are for, right? To try and gain as much information from people who are playing the game and taking that back and trying to implement some of it. Like I mentioned the other day, when we were, was it Monday, I think, where we was talking about them potentially not leaving themselves open for people to be able to hack the game, but the only way that you get new learnings from stuff is by leaving a few doors open for people to be able to do that, and knowing full well that people have been able to do that, they might be able to close a couple of those. So that's what betas are, in my opinion. It's to try and get as much feedback as humanly possible, whether or not that's from social media with people being vocal or just from the gameplay elements, which they'll be able to see every single stat. They'll be able to see how many people have booted up the game, what maps have been in favor, what area of the game that people are more interested in. All of that information will be getting fed back to them, and you'd hope that they're going to take a lot of those findings and try to implement as many as they can before launch, and then obviously whatever comes out after that in terms of patches, that you get to see some changes. Obviously, it's never going to be anything too substantial. It's never going to be something that's going to change the game completely. It's usually going to be a case of, okay, that gun does that much damage, it needs to do a little bit less. The field medic needs to have less time reviving, or because they're being res too quick. Like certain areas of the map needs to be tweaked, and the wall needs to be like a foot taller so you can't see the top of your gun as you run past the wall and stuff. It's just small little tweaks like that I imagine they'll try to put as many in as they can before the game launches, and then all the major stuff they'll look out and put them into the game after the game's actually launched.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of makes sense to me. I mean, I would have preferred to hear some stuff on the cheating stuff, but we've already seen that. And what can you really share at this point in time? I think it's just because it's a topic we've covered this week, which is why it's probably fresh in my mind. So that considered, whilst I would like to hear them go, yeah, we're dealing with cheaters, they've already said that. What else can they say? So yeah. The fact that they've made a bunch of changes that was good, they've recognised the stuff that needs to be tweaked and worked on, and they've already said that they're already working on it, that's good too. So when the game finally launches, it should be in a better state. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing Modern Warfare. Not Modern Warfare. I'm looking forward to playing Call of Duty for the first time in years, to the point where we played Vanguard last year, and I was open to the idea, and I was quite honest in saying I'll play it. Partially because we were getting codes from Activision, but partially because I'm open to the idea of it. But it was Modern Warfare. It's not Modern Warfare, should I say. It was World War era. Not really that bothered. Played it. Decent game overall. It didn't have enough to hold my attention afterwards. And I think that's probably the reason why I wasn't so pushed into playing Modern Warfare 2. Even though I knew it was Modern Warfare, it was my brain's still going, yeah, Vanguard was okay. It was good. It was actually really good. It was a lot better than I expected. But the subject matter just didn't have my attention. So I know if I pick this game up and play it, I'm going to be like, ooh, there we go. Is it like when you hear that sort of like fucking the green line comes across the screen, you know you're back into like Infinity Ward days, and it's like, oh, yes, please. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this for the first time. I'm looking forward to trying Call of Duty at launch.
Woo!
So let's go. Seems like he made COD more famous. I mean, if you want to say that, Ace, then yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it seems like. I'd say he definitely made COD more famous. But you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. It is. That's the pull that Baby has. Exactly. This is what it is. That's the you, baby. Okay, that's enough for first-person shooters. We've had 3 first-person shooters. Let's talk about a 4th first-person shooter, as Tom Phillips, a Eurogamer, has the next article, which says, studio rumoured to be making Halo Infinite Battle Royale offers fresh tease. It's something big and new for the franchise. So Certain Affinity, the studio long rumoured to be building a Battle Royale made for Halo Infinite, has offered up a fresh hint of its plans for the project. The developer, which has assisted with work on the Halo series from as far back as Halo 2, was reported to be working on a new Battle Royale mode back in January. The following month, it issued a statement to confirm it was, quote, deepening, giggity, end quote, its relationship. Giggity, it wasn't in the quote, by the way. I added that just so we're clear. It was deepening its relationship with franchise holder 343 Industries. Now, Certain Affinity exec Paul Sams has said the studio's still technically unannounced project had been in the works for more than 2 years, with almost 100 staff working on it. Quote, the biggest thing we're doing that's public right now, for more than 2 years now, we've been working on Halo Infinite, doing something that they're very prescriptive about what we can say, Sam teased to VentureBeat, but we're doing something unannounced, and we're doing lead development on that unannounced thing, from conception and design. It's something big and new for the franchise, but I can't say any more about it. That's our single largest project of our 3 projects currently. We have close to 100 developers working on that. Certain Affinity has recently worked on a range of other projects in a support role, such as Amazon's MMO New World and the upcoming Warner Brothers blockbuster Hogwarts Legacy. Infinite itself has struggled since launch with delays to various features and seasonal content. A Forge Mode beta will finally arrive on the 8th of November before online campaign co-op at some point between the 2nd of November and 7th of March 2023. Split screen co-op is cancelled. In the meantime, not that we've been playing it Script Steam, but still. In the meantime, it's been announced that the classic Halo 3 map, The Pit, is coming to Infinite, which should provide a blast of nostalgia. Okay, we just gone through the full article, but shout out to Tom Phillips at Eurogamer for that one. Mr. Bibb.
Yes.
You played a bit of Halo.
I have.
Halo Infinite Battle Royale offers a fresh tease. Halo Infinite, obviously we know, has, how do I put it, the potential to be an exceptional game. Hasn't quite hit the hype that it's set for itself. I mean, and I want to kind of wrap that. The people that picked up and played Halo on day one were very happy with what was there. The content hasn't continued. The modes and the options, like, we still want to do a campaign co-op on stream. We still haven't been able to do that over a year after launch. And a Battle Royale mode, hinted, it's not actually confirmed, by the way, from Certain Affinity is in the works. Do you think that'd be enough to bring Halo back into, not bring it to the fore, but keep it in a good place, like Cyberpunk is right now? It took a bunch of content for Cyberpunk, but then also a Netflix series for Cyberpunk to be pushed into the limelight and earning its stripes. I'd say Master Chief was getting his stripes, but then didn't quite get them because there wasn't enough there. Is this enough for it? What are your thoughts?
I don't know, because I feel like Halo Infinite Battle Royale is still going to be seen as something completely different from the actual Halo Infinite game. I feel like this could arguably be a standalone segment of Halo Infinite itself, or just Halo. Like, I don't think having the Battle Royale and the main game, I don't think they're comparable. I don't think they should be ever lumped into the same conversation. Just because the Battle Royale comes in, I don't think it'll necessarily save Halo, because at the same time, the people who have zero interest in what's going on with the Battle Royale segment of the game will just be crying out for new season pass content, new maps, new dailies, just replayability of Halo Infinite. They are 2 completely different areas, in my opinion. And even if they do well with Battle Royale, critical reception is fantastic on their side, because that means that more people are playing the game. It means that whatever they've done so far has worked. But in terms of the actual game itself, they've got a long way to go. I feel like the single player element with the co-op side of things Forge mode coming in with the pit. There's so much that we've talked about over the last year that they are still getting wrong and not continued with. Isn't going to be made up by releasing the Battle Royale segment of the game. I think it'll do well out the gate. I think it'll make a lot of people happy, but I don't think it'll change the overall reception of what people are experiencing with Halo itself.
I'm muted. Nice. No, I agree. It's a shame because this time last year, people were talking about this could be Game of the Year. Like, the multiplayer was spot on.
It was brilliant.
In terms of the feel. It captured Halo what it used to be, and it modernized it for people to enjoy it in a current gaming climate. And then it was just let down by their own schedules, which is a shame, because if you think that game was in conversations for Game of the Year, but then you put things like Elden Ring and stuff, which has wowed people across the board for many, many months, it just lets you know that this instantly drops out of that Game of the Year conversation. If it was up there, it's not anymore, because there is no comparison for that, which is a shame. But if Halo Infinite Battle Royale offers a fresh tease, brings people back in, and speaks to the people that are there playing the game, then GG's. But for Halo fans, for me, I feel like it was Xbox. And I don't mean that in a console war sort of way. I feel like I want Xbox to be great. I'm getting an Xbox in the next few months. I want it to be up there, hitting titles. I want Gears of War 1-esque vibes from Xbox's games. And Gears 5 was a bit meh. Halo Infinite, been a bit meh. And, I mean, the only one that was, like, punching was Horizon. Forza Horizon, should I say, not Horizon Forbidden West. Forza Horizon. So if you ever wondered why Microsoft are willing to spend $69 billion on Activision, this is it. Because Activision can seal the deal. Activision can bring home the bacon. They can do any other cliches that you want to throw out. They can finish what they're supposed to be starting. And obviously Halo will get there eventually, but your lead flagship brand, i.e. Halo for Xbox, should not be having a No Man's Sky moment. No Man's Sky was a small indie level. I know it was obviously not small. It was a large indie game, but it was still an indie game. It was small on the global scale. No Man's Sky can have a No Man's Sky moment. Halo shouldn't be having a No Man's Sky moment, and I think that's the thing here. So just a little bit of a shame. But hopefully it's good for the people that enjoy it. As JMK says, Halo TV show was all right, but nothing special. And I think that's the sad thing, is because Halo will get remembered in the same sort of way. Halo Infinite, probably, unless they bring something out that absolutely is a tectonic shift. And the game is better than all right when you play it for a short period of time. Beyond that, the loot boxing sort of money progression, paywall, crap, battle pass systems came from good places. They wanted people to be able to open battle passes and not have to invest shitloads of money and not have to invest shitloads of time, but still have the opportunity to progress and stuff. Just hasn't quite normalized how they wanted it to, which is a shame. Hopefully, though, 343, Xbox, Halo teams, all of them across the board have learned a bit from that and can either develop Halo to be something better for Infinite in its lifetime, or they'll just take that into whatever their next projects are going to be. But still no Spider-Man, says JMK. No comment.
Never.
No comment. Oh, we'll drop you an Xbox boss in the chat, though. There you go. Nice. Okay, that's enough for the FPSs. We'll jump back into an article that we did start up yesterday. It's on your screen now from Tom Ivan at BGC. A new Amazon Prime sale event has been announced. 2-day Prime early access sale promises hundreds of thousands of deals. So Amazon has announced a new 2-day shopping event for Prime members in October. The Prime early access sale will begin on October the 11th at 8 a.m. BST. And that will run for 48 hours. Promising early access to hundreds of thousands of deals, it will be available in 15 countries, including the UK, which is where we are. The countries are listed in the article there. I won't go over those now. But I'll go into the other details in the article. As part of the new deals event, Amazon introducing a top 100 list of some of the season's most popular and giftable items, the company said on Monday. New deals from the list will drop throughout the event, offering deep savings across all top categories, including electronics, fashion, home, kitchen, pets, toys, and Amazon devices. End quote. Prime Gaming, which is included with an Amazon Prime subscription, offers members new PC titles to keep and exclusive games. Do you know what? Free games and stuff. Nice. So this we did touch on yesterday. if you have a Prime subscription, don't forget to redeem your Prime games. So I'll jump down to the end of the article. The games for September include Assassin's Creed Origins, Football Manager 2022, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, The Dig, Defend the Rook, We: The Revolution, Castle on the Coast, and Word of the Law, the Death Mask Collector's Edition. Obviously, some of those might not ring true, but the likes of Assassin's Creed and Football Manager plus Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor probably do ring true to you. So lots in there. Anyway, if you have your Prime subscription, in a few weeks, less than 2 weeks, there will be a second Prime Day, effectively, which is nice. Temper your expectations, though. Don't expect PS5s to be in that. Don't expect Xbox Series X's and stuff to be in that. Once everyone has them, yeah, they may get short-term drops in price, but they're not gonna. 100% not gonna. So, yeah, you might get some other stuff, though. If you're looking for that heat-synced SSD for your PS5 or something like that, maybe that'll drop down in price. If you're looking for a new controller for your Xbox, maybe that'll drop down in price or whatever. Always good to keep your eyes on sale like this. What are your thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say because we don't know what's going to be in that. But if you've got stuff, if you're potentially looking at stuff, stick it in your wish list, and then when it does actually go live, you've got an idea of what it is that's in there, and see if there's any money been taken off it. But yeah, apart from that, I wait to see what's actually available in it, considering it'll be the second one this year.
Yeah, it's interesting that they've gone for a second one. They've never done that before. So is this just Amazon flexing and gone, well, Prime Day usually earns a shitload for us. Although this year's Prime Day was shit. I'm going to be honest. I love Prime Day. Our office loves Prime Day. We get fucking boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff delivered usually. And this year it was probably about 25% of what you usually get because there was nothing worth buying. And that's partially because a lot of the stuff that people want are your extravagant purchases like your PS5s and your Xbox and your graphics cards and things like that. And they are held back by semiconductor shortages, which means your big ticket purchases like that are not coming down in price because there's not enough. Supply and demand means that we don't have to reduce them. But you might find other things and stuff in there, which is where it's cool. I usually will find one deal that's pretty good, and I'll invest in it. Whereas the last two Prime Days I bought, I think it was a Levi sweatshirt or something like that. That was like 50% off or something like that. And that was it. That was literally all I got. And it was like, oh, great. This is wonderful-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then obviously don't forget, this is in October. There will be Black Friday sales in November as well. So it could be weak, but we'll keep our eyes posted on it. We'll keep our eyes on it, should I say, and we'll post anything that we do find. If there's anything majestic in the world of hardware, peripheral, software sales or whatever, we will let you know, as we always do. ! Discord is where we'll probably be sharing most of that, as well as on the Scoop. So if you're not in the Discord, jump in there right now. Now. Okay, we'll give you 30 seconds. Come on. Okay, nice. Quick 30 seconds. Alexa and Fire Sticks are usually in the sale. That's true. You can often get discounts.
Who doesn't have those now, though?
I mean, you might want another one for another room. I mean, I don't have a Fire Stick, so that might grab my attention. But it's usually the things like not everyone has a Ring doorbell, or someone might want another sensor to link into their Ring systems and stuff like that. That's probably the stuff that I'll be looking at. We've got a Ring camera and a doorbell. I might look at something else for, like, say, another part of the house outside or whatever. Because I live in Salford, and you can never have too many security cameras. Just sheesh. But yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the end of the show. We appreciate everyone dropping in. ACNJ once again, dude. Thank you very much for the 2 months sub. Appreciate that. I love you. I love you. Okay, we're going to disappear. Just a reminder that we're going to be back this evening in just less than 5 hours' time. 6:30-ish. We'll be back with some PUBG. Myself, usually Lotus. As mentioned, we're often joined by Beans, and there's another one somewhere over the rainbow. It's Nietzsche, the Pisces Snippet, might be joining us as well. I don't know. I've not confirmed with all those guys, so I expect that or more. We'll see. So join us for that from 6:30. But before that, that's still 5 hours away. Is there anything else you would like to add in the meantime, Mr. Bibb?
Yes, Graham. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us for today's episode of The Scoop. And thank you very much to Vivalanco for supplying us with one of the news articles that we have talked about today. If you want to continue to do that for the remaining 2 shows this week, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Loads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. If you're watching this or listening to this on any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there for you. But only from user URL plus your thoughts and impressions We will then give you our first impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow? Mr. Graham Day.
17. Oh no, sorry, I meant 10 a.m. That's what I meant to say, not 17.
Ish.
10 a.m. ish. We will be live tomorrow with the next episode of The Scoop. 6:30 p.m. tonight for some PUBG fun time. Stick around as we drop a raid on one of our friends. We do like to help out our other homies in the streaming space, and a raid is a nice way to do that. We can pass on some support, and you guys get some sprinkles, which is our channel points currency. If you want some channel points that you can spend here on the channel, then stick around for the raid. You'll get an extra 250 of those whilst we help someone out. Win, 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 win. Nice. Have yourselves, though, a beautiful day. We will see you next time. But from me and Bib, stay frosty!